Good evening and welcome to the Schaefer Center on a lovely Friday night, the last Friday night. Can you believe it, Devin Webb?
I cannot.
I know, man. It is absolutely crazy how fast time flies. And you're getting to the age, you're not old yet, but like me, but you're getting to the age where is time speeding up for you.
It is, yes. I'm actually less than a year away from 30, so.
That is so insane.
I'm getting up there.
Yeah, you are. Well, tonight is going to be a fantastic matchup. Your Lady Lions are playing host to the Oklahoma Panhandle State. Man, I'm blanking on their mascot. The Aggies, yeah. Thank you, James Lex, for clearing that up. I just saw a man in a hat with a bandana on.
That was no help to either of us.
Yeah, right. Oh, boy.
We can only go up from here.
It's been a long week, but this is going to be a pleasure. This is awesome week. Last night, the men's basketball team had their home opener in the Texas snowstorm. They beat Dallas Christian 115-83, I believe. That was a very nice win. And tonight, your Lady Lions are planning on getting another win over the Aggies from Goodwell. They're hosting them tonight, and a huge, uber huge, if they win tonight, it even puts more pressure.
And we would like to welcome you to the Schaefer Center tonight. This
tomorrow's matchup with Wayland Baptist.
Conference matchup for SAGU.
And I hear Sean Roberts in my ear, and he is he's getting things started down on the court, so we're going to throw it down right now for the pregame festivities for the opening prayer, national anthem, and the starting lineups.
Singing the national anthem by SAGU football player Jedediah Massey. Gracious God, we thank you for another day, Lord, a day that was not promised. Lord, we thank you for your grace, your love, and your mercy. Lord, we thank you for your protection. We ask that you put your hand of protection on this game and on our travels back home. We love you. We thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And now, the starting lineups for Oklahoma Panhandle State University. Sophomore number 1, McKenna Kopic. Freshman number 2, Avery Turner. Junior number 7, Kira Parks. Junior number 19, Adalisa Agbosi. Senior number 22, Selena De Leon Turibio. Junior number 23, Essence West. And at libero, sophomore number 11, Gracie Souza. Head coach is Julie Allen. And now the starting lineups for your SAGU Lady Lions. Sophomore number 3, Riley Burcham. Junior number 4, Alexis Mueller. Sophomore number 5, Ava Myers. Freshman number 6, Abby Wells. Sophomore number 11, Emma Tompkins. Junior number 18, Jancy Akers. And at libero, freshman number 10, Tessa Glick. Head coach for your SAGU Lady Lions is Coach Hank Moore. Assistant coach is Nick Moore.
And that was the pregame festivities in the Schaefer Center tonight. OPSU looks like they are ready. And do not be fooled by the conference record. Although they are 2 games back, they are very capable, and they bring in a young lady by the name of Essence West. She is all world. Right side hitter, outside hitter, just a volleyball player. So keep your eyes on number 23 in the red. She will dazzle you with her power hitting. Of course, you know your Lady Lions are more than capable of pulling this off tonight, and they are just tuning up, trying to get ready and hold down that at least 4th spot so they can hold the home field advantage for the tournament. And there you go. That's the Aggies getting off to a good start with the first point. Ava Myers pushes it over. SF West goes down the left line, gets it back. That's a good hit by Myers. West puts it in the middle. Great dive by Glick. Now it's in system, going to Essence West, and she delivers a nice punch, but it's a little high and long.
Serve receive is going to be crucial in a match like this when you've got really equally matched offensive teams. You have to be able to have that first touch on the ball to get ready to set up that offense. Without that, either team is going to be fighting tooth and nail to just get any kind of control over the ball. So that's going to be something to watch tonight for that clean serve receive.
Ooh, that's a very nice touch, soft touch over the middle.
And if you look there, going up in the middle to, it's always a rule of thumb, you want to push the ball to either corner, but it's really neat to watch when it can be tricky like that, going up, trying to switch directions. So you saw number 19 there for OPSU going up, her shoulders facing the right side of the floor, but her arm went backwards behind her, almost tipping that ball to the right-hand side of the Lady Lions court, switching up the defense. Yeah,
you see there, 19 is about to sub out in rotation, but she got a point. She's 6-foot junior from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Played at El Dorado High School, and I think Trinidad Community College, so a transfer student. And very tough name. I'm going to give it a try. Don't hate me if I get it wrong. Just tell me how to pronounce it. But Idalicia Agbaosi.
Nicely done.
I hope so. I don't like getting people's names wrong, but I did the best I could. And SAGU evens it up 2-2. It's going to put Ava Myers back behind the service line. Very good server this year. Few errors, service errors. You see the athleticism of Essence West. Riley Burcham kind of gets an easy one over. Stays alive. Little slide play, Essence West with a block. And that's a tooling of the block from Alexis Mealer. And that's point SAGU. I have a feeling, Devin, that we're going to see a lot of back and forth.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, I don't know that you're going to see any one team go on a big run. Oh, wow. And West felt like maybe that was touched at the net. We'll see here.
She has quite the vertical. That was really...
She can get up. Wow. And I don't think it hit the fingertips of the blocking duo for SAGU, but it was close. Number 9, Leslie Galarza to serve for the Aggies. Oh, and that's hit hard by Ava Myers. A little maybe early. They know this game for both of these teams. They understand the impact of the win and loss tonight. And maybe a little tight coming out.
Well, and unforced errors are going to be, it's going to be really important to eliminate those for both teams. So right now it's okay because both teams have made a couple. So it's kind of an even playing field right now. But as we've already seen and what you've mentioned about there being a lot of back and forth, it's going to be rally. Every single point is going to be back and forth, back and forth. So they're going to have to, both teams, clean up those unforced errors real quick.
Oh, good recognition by the solid veteran Alexis Mealer to see the opening in the back left corner. And that is a point. Now it's 4-4. Kai Bach. Little touch. Tip over. This goes to Mealer. Mealer gets it. She's had a lot of success this season with squeezing it in between the defense that does not just go straight to the net. If you leave any room, you do not penetrate the net on defense, Mealer will exploit that. Bach saves it. Mary Quinn gets it over. Here comes Essence West. Wow, big hit. And that's a solo block by Riley Burcham. And I'm not sure what to call it.
A net violation on Burcham.
Okay, all right. Well, that was just a fantastic block.
And I think another thing to watch is we're going to see, as we already have in these early points of set number 1, a ton of defense at the net. It's always fun to watch defense at the back row, of course. But both teams are already coming out strong defensively on the net with their blocking game, and that's going to be consistent across this entire match.
Oh, not a good set there.
And that looked to be a little far inside, too, for that right side.
A little tap over by Mealer. Keeps OPSU in system. Oh, Glick again. Player of the week last week. Defensive player of the week. And you see why. And they're going to say point Aggies. What a rally. Just great defense, both sides. A lot of meeting at the net. You're going to have to just really have your that gritty sandpaper on defense tonight if you're going to win this game. Oh, Alexis Miller found a pretty wide open lane, but nailed it. Watch this.
And if I'm Jancy Akers right now, I'm thinking, man, I better catch my breath because I am going to be antenna to antenna this entire night.
Yeah. You can already see she's working hard. Her and Jancy Akers and Emma Tompkins will do a lot of running from the middle position. That's a service error. Kind of, I want to say almost rare
I would say
for
that too.
the Lions this year. That was a really nice set, actually. No look by the libero, Tessa Glick.
And when you have such a strong hitter in Ava Myers like the Lady Lions do, and you know she's on the back row, a typical place to push a set like that would be to the outside on the front. But when you've got that added fire from the back, it's awesome to be able to send that back there too to switch things up.
And that's a nice little kind of roll shot. It looked like she used a closed hand to do it. I don't know if you can tell there, but that was an interesting approach to the hit, but very accurate. Number 2 to serve, that's Avery Turner. Received by Miller. Oh, Abby Wells gets her first look at a touch. Myers keeps it up. Going back to Myers. She has to roll it over. And that was a Zoe Fry on the left side for the Aggies, just hitting it into the net. Tessa Glick back to serve for the Lady Lions. Going back to Fry. Good hit. Glick gets it up to Myers. Myers just, it looked like she might have mistimed or misjumped a little bit there because the hit looked awkward.
Well, anytime you've got the ball behind you like she just did and you're trying to make up for whether it be an ill-timed approach or the set is a little bit off, it could be a myriad of things. Anytime you're hitting the ball from behind you like that, you've got to make sure you're extra intentional about snapping your wrist to avoid what just happened with that ball going deep.
Got it. Wells does get it over, but easily defended. This is going to be a race. Bertram gets it somehow. Miller pushes it over. Oh, great block by the Aggies. You're going to say Aggies. There's a 2. What does that mean, Devin?
A double contact. So let's see if we can. Oh, in the replay, I wasn't sure if. I don't think it was a set. So it may have been any of the defenders.
No. I think it was number 2 in the net. Could that have been?
Well, I'm looking for...
Well, they just rotated out.
Oh, well, that would be why. Then, yes, that was it. I was like, wait a second. How could that be a double contact? Yes, number 2 in the net.
Right, yeah. Oh, that was a great hit by Miller, just off balance. Mary Queen gets it. Oh, really good bump to the front.
I really think, whoa.
She's good. She's so good.
That was awesome.
That's Essence West.
I really think the Lady Lions are really utilizing different speeds and approaches with swinging hard versus trying to hit a certain point on the court. But a lot of the tips I've noticed these last couple of plays have been a little too high. I know trying to get it over the block is important, but you also don't want to give the defense too much time to recover and set up. So I'll be interested to see if they adjust that.
Very good look to Emma Tompkins over the middle, and we've been seeing so much of the slide play that actually maybe a little strange seeing her back in the middle hitting with a full swing. Coming back to Myers. Oh, Riley Bertram did a great job there, just jousting it over. She's going back to the right corner. Good defense by the Aggies. It's a good setup to keep it in system. Mariquin gets it over. Bertram behind. Oh, wow. Ava Myers from, I believe, beyond the 10-foot line. This is just a great hit. Wow. It dropped off the table. SAGU now regaining the lead.
And there has not been any significant point differential this entire set. It's point for point all the way.
They're going to say that's out. Point SAGU. Good defense, net defense by Alexis Mueller. Great swing by Emma Tompkins. Oh, Zoe Fry. No, I'm sorry. That's Kiera Parks. Kiera Parks delivered a great swing off of a slide play. And just didn't look like the SAGU defense was ready for that. Leslie Galarza to serve. Emma Tompkins absolutely maintaining her stellar season hitting percentage. She leads the Lady Lions in hitting percentage throughout the year, with players that are over 20 games played. She's at 286. Essence West. That's such a big hit.
Just has that hang time in the air.
I know. It's so awesome to watch. Just out of the reach of Mariquin. I believe that was tipped by Mueller. Or actually Jancy Akers. Ashley Sanchez delivers the service error. And Riley Bertram stays in to serve.
And anytime there's an unforced error like that, the opposing team needs to really take advantage of that, because those are few and far between in tonight's match.
Oh, that's a big hit by Parks. Oh, that's okay. They've been watching film of Riley Bertram, I can tell you that. And
the Bertram, was it sneaky?
The sneaky Bertram stuff. SBS. And that was well executed by the Aggies. And another service error back to back. And like you said, these are opportunities that do not come often, so you got to take advantage. You did not last time. And you just got to know, Maddie Pettin gets it in. It's a good start. That's out, so that's exactly what you want. Get a point, back-to-back points there. A point off of the service error.
And I think here now we've got a 3-point lead, which I think is the biggest lead we've had on either side of the court.
Off the ceiling, legal play. Bertram read that like a book. It's there. Myers trying to go back left corner. The defense snuffs it out. Oh! Pettin gave it a good diving try to get that one hand under it. Just not quite enough.
So I want to see in this replay here, a dead giveaway is typically of a tip, the last minute elbow drop. So anytime you're going up for a hard, aggressive swing, you're going to keep your elbow high and deep and pull it back behind your ear. But the second you see that elbow drop to try and tip the ball, that's when defense can switch. But that was a really sneaky one. Very last minute getting that ball over the net.
Oh, that's out. And it was ever so close. Line judge made 3 calls there. Out, in, out. They finally settled on out. Abby Wells. Oh my goodness. Woo! That's some ghost pepper right there.
And you can see it in the crowd. The stands are going crazy.
That was delivered with some extraordinary velocity on that swing. Tessa Glick serves. Those are the kind of hits when, as a defensive player, you kind of relive in your dreams. Wakes you up.
Well, and right there, it looked like a little bit of a miscommunication. I think Emma Tompkins may have thought that ball was over the net already, so she turned around ready defensively to put up a block. But what should have happened is they watched the ball a little bit longer to see that it's actually still going to fall on their side of the floor.
McKenna Kopic serves for the Aggies. Oh, and that's, we're going to say that is Aggie point. Abby Wells fighting for a little touch, but the referees do not agree. And this game is all tied back up after SAGU with a 3-point lead. And there's 3 service errors after the 15-point mark for the Aggies. Definitely not the time. You don't ever want service errors, but you just really don't want them after the 15-point mark, and they're still well in this game. Myers. Essence West picks it up. Oh, that is beautiful. Selena De Leon Toribio with a fantastic play.
It's crucial to not get caught on your heels, and it's a lot easier as a defensive player to keep reminding yourself of that on the 3rd contact on the other side of the court. But the reason those dump plays on ball number 2 work so well is because you get caught thinking about the next play rather than, okay, I need to be on my toes right now. Wow, outstanding block, Emma Tompkins and Riley Burcham. That was beautiful. Straight down.
Watch this. The wall.
Not a chance.
Yeah. And that was the defensive play that they absolutely had to have at this point in the game. We got a R1. They're saying a redo is going to happen. Okay, Riley Burcham tying her shoe before the serve. Ava Myers did not see that. So now reserve. Oh, that's just unfortunate.
Man.
19-19, the Aggies staying in there, trying to get a first set win over the number 4 Lady Lions of the Sooner Athletic Conference. Miller just bringing her best inner competitor out all season, but you can see it on display. Wow, she gets up really high too. Her athleticism is amazing.
Right back at you.
Yeah, right back at you. I just almost speechless. Wow. Her timing is just impeccable. Wow. Doesn't matter how high you put it up there for her, she's going to go get it. Essence West. Somebody was on the line. Yep. You're going to say Jancy Akers. So Coach Moore is having a little talk with R2, trying to get some clarification. A little broken play, but Mueller gets it over very nicely. There goes Fry. Mueller with a big hit, but an even bigger block by Parks. Standing in strong, number 7 in the red jersey. And now the Aggies getting a 2-point lead coming down the home stretch. And Coach Moore says, I got to get a timeout. We got to talk about this.
Well, to have a point-for-point set the entire way, and then the Lady Lions had that 3-point lead. Now that the tides are turned, it's obviously a more uncomfortable spot for the Lady Lions to be in. And with those forced errors for those strong blocks that OPSU is putting up, that's going to require a reset. It would be different if either we were lower in the score right now, so not so close to 25. I bet Coach Moore would have waited a little bit longer on a timeout, but here we are neck and neck to the end of set number 1, and he recognizes early on that this is not a team that you want to even risk giving a set away to if you can help it. So neither team has used a timeout yet, so here we are right at the end of set 1, Coach Moore giving that reset opportunity.
Well, players have to accept the responsibility coming out of the timeout. The coach can only draw it up and encourage at this point, but you've got to come out with some determination, and that's another very costly error.
Coach Moore should be patting himself on the back right now. That's a good timeout.
Well, knowing Coach Moore, that's only going to be a pat on the back if they get the win.
That's right.
Misplaced set, but Fry gets it over. Going back to Fry. She goes down the lateral line. Oh, that's a great hit. And it was not touched by a SAGU player, so now the Aggies are going to feel the pressure. Actually, I think this is a great timeout by Coach Julie Allen. And you don't want to, wait till they get 23. It's well-timed timeout now that it's tied up. And there's 3 more points to get, you can control it. All you got to do is play good receive defense, and then get it up to your setter. And to me, I go to the bread and butter, Essence West, and let her give it her best shot.
Well, and as I mentioned last time out, both teams had 2 timeouts at this point in the set. So it gives a lot of freedom into what they're able to do in these last 5 points because they've got 2 timeouts available. Of course, now they only each have 1. But typically when you're at this point in the set, you don't have a timeout because there has been a wider spread of points. But because this has been so neck and neck, each coach recognizes, okay, these are the important, crucial points here right towards the end. So what can we do on the sidelines in that minute and 15 seconds to devise a game plan to just push through and get those last 3 points? Over and in, that's the goal after a timeout.
Oh, that is in. And Fry has been showing that card all night. She has not gone down the left line. So as an outside hitter on the left side, she is choosing every time to go down the lateral line of the net. And she finally snuck that one in. Akers gets it over. Oh, that's a big hit, but great defense by Glick. Oh, Riley Bertram saw an opening in the back. Good defense by the Lions. Oh, too much. And they're going to say that was tipped. They're going to say that was tipped. And yes, giving the point to the Lady Lions. Now it's tied back up, 23-23.
So we see an OPSU contest here. The coach asking which player touched the ball. And it looks like we're going to have another timeout.
A good timeout. And I think they said number 8 touched. I don't know if we have a look in on that, but you know, if there's 2 people there, I'm sure it's hard to tell exactly what hand got on it, unless it's just absolutely obvious. A lot of times when you have a duo blocking wall, and you're looking down the line, you're just looking at hands, you're not necessarily connecting it with a number.
Well, and that's what's tricky about having the 2 line judges, that part of their responsibility is to call that touch. But again, that R1 that's standing up on the closer to the net, they've got that visibility straight down the net. They're ultimately going to overrule those calls. And so even if the line judge doesn't call that touch, R1 holds the cards to overrule. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes you wish that they wouldn't do that, depending on which side of the call you're on.
Yeah, of course. And Essence West UC already has 5 kills in this first set. She averages on the year just 4.1 kills per set. So outperforming her average for the year, for this season. Oh, she just saw that all day, and the Lady Lions left it wide open. She stared it down. If you look, she's looking at it, and she's like, "Oh, that's open."
And that's a rare sight to not have a Lady Lion laid out on the floor anytime a ball hits the floor. So that caught them off guard for sure.
Agaosi with a great hit for the Aggies. Coming back to Wells. And that's out. It's a win by 2 set. So going into extra points this game. That should be an indication of what to expect the rest of this evening. Fry with a great hit. Myers just too much. Going right at the libero. A heads-up play by the libero to let that go.
Coach Moore is going to use that last timeout as we move into extra points here.
So it's got to be a successful serve here. You got to get it over and play excellent defense. Get a shot. Get at least one offensive try or a block.
And this is where the temptation to play timid, you have to fight that, because you've heard the saying, I'm sure, you got to play to win, not play to not lose. And so when you have this much on the line, if you're the Lady Lions, you don't want to go out and just try and play so soft and not take any risky shots, but you want to be aggressive and go for the play that you think is going to win. And because 9 times out of 10, if you go out to just play to not lose, that's when you make those errors because you're so concerned about not making a mistake. So if you just focus on doing those little things right, playing aggressive and playing to win, then that's just what their focus needs to be on at this point.
Absolutely, that's well put, Devin, and that goes across the board in all sports, all competitive sports. It is a huge temptation, and sometimes you don't even realize that you're doing it because of the way you process defense and just not wanting to lose. So you mentally, and that's what makes a great coach. Timeout. Let's talk about this, and I'm sure Coach Moore set the record straight in that huddle. Oh, mishit, and that was excellent. Abby Wells got her hand on it, but it just launched off too much, and Agboasi was there for the happy birthday. Wasn't as dramatic, but she was ready for it. And first set of this match goes to OPSU, and last year OPSU actually won in the Schaefer Center. So they're trying to keep that streak alive, and they're doing well right now with this first game in a ever so crucial conference matchup that means a lot. And really they're just fighting for positioning in because you always want to play on your home field when it comes to one and done type scenarios in a tournament situation. So 8 teams, top 8 teams go to the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament. The top 4 actually play host. We're going to kick it to a little commercial at this time, and we will be back in about 2 minutes. Stay tuned. You're watching the SAGU Sports Network.
In the recruiting process, we went to a lot of NCAA, D1, D2, D1 AA, FCS, FBS, just all of them. And it's quite a process. And what we like about the NAIA is that's what they're focusing on, is the student athlete and their character and their future, and it's about them.
We're back here in the Schaefer Center where Game 2 is about to tip off. Your SAGU Lady Lions playing host to the Oklahoma Panhandle State Aggies. And the Aggies took the first game, so it is 1-0 in favor of OPSU. And I don't know if you're watching the women's volleyball, the Champion Sports Network ticker at the bottom, but I just saw the Wayland Baptist and Texas Wesleyan score tick through. Wayland Baptist is over in Fort Worth tonight, just 24 miles down the road. And Texas Wesleyan, number 1 in the conference right now. Wayland Baptist fighting for that sole possession of second place, and which they had just recently lost a couple matches. They were in first place just a short week or so ago. And if they pull that one off over in Fort Worth tonight, that's going to give them some mean momentum coming into the Schaefer Center tomorrow for a really crucial game for the Lady Lions. Oh, wow. Don't know how she got that over. What an athletic move. Let's see if we can see that. Oh, yeah, she missed and
tried to bump it over, kind of.
That would have been astounding if she'd gotten it in. West with a huge hit. Wow. Just incredible. What an athlete. Now OPSU to serve again. That was a good set by Riley Burcham. Back into that quick chemistry that she and Emma Tompkins have. And when I've noticed that Emma Tompkins' success at her hitting percentage success really comes off of those quick ones. Low set to the net, she gets there really quick.
Which having that timing worked out with your setter is huge. You've got to have that to be able to be a successful quick hitter like that, and they've got that for sure.
That is excellent defense by the Aggies. The libero, number 11, diving to get it. Runs the slide play SAGU does 2 times in a row. Ava Myers, it goes back over to the left, and Ava Myers delivers a kill punch to get that 3rd point. Merrick to serve for the Lady Lions. Essence West doesn't have to hit it hard every time, and that's what makes her so versatile. She's extremely accurate, whether she's hitting as hard as she can or as soft as she can. The ability to actually be able to jump up over everyone really helps in that.
Nice perk.
Yeah. Great hit by Ava Myers. Back to West. Good block. Another good block by Emma Tompkins and Ava Myers. Tompkins, as we talked about in the first set, Tompkins and Akers playing the middle hitter role. They are busy on defense because you saw Tompkins part of the block against West on the right side. She has to come all the way over immediately and block another one on the left side. And Tompkins, Mealer in the middle.
Well, an interesting thing about blocking is either outside or right side, depending on where the hit is going, that person is responsible for setting the block, is what they call it. So they position it, and then the middle blocker has to get all the way out to them to close that block. So they're kind of the 2 roles between the 2 of those people. So right there is a beautiful execution. Riley Burcham sets that block perfectly. Emma Tompkins is able to get out there, close it, and make a wall.
Yeah, Riley Burcham did such a great job. A game of millimeters in the blocking game, at least. Burcham set her body to angle in, and it really worked. It paid off. Oh, Essence West. That's 2 really well, nicely placed soft shots in areas where there were just no Lady Lions.
Wide open court.
Easy point. She makes it look so easy. That's Ashley Sanchez doing the service duties for the Aggies. Mealer with some success hitting over the middle. Don't see that much, but we've seen it more than ever this season. And I like the mix-up that Coach Moore is bringing to the table. Mealer seems to like it too. She's had a lot of success from the middle. Burcham just had to get to it and did a great job getting it over. Mealer rears back. And she's been the spark plug that this offense has needed in game 2. And now SAGU starting to pull away.
Pretty significant lead here, 5 points, which we didn't see any of that in set number 1.
And you see Burcham there, and Mike can talk a little bit about that. acknowledging, not trusting the defensive system there. That should have probably, she let it go, and Rico gets that.
Yep, exactly. And you saw Rico just right there waiting, ready in the right position. And that's all about trust. And when you get, especially in a match like this, when the rallies are so fast and you have to play really scrappy, it's really easy to just get into that knee-jerk reaction mode. Which it looked like Bertram did a little bit there. She knew as soon as she touched it that there was a player behind her already. So it just takes that self-control to not get in that habit.
Wow. Looks like Abby Wells is starting to really get on track, and she's hitting the ball, and she's found her timing. And the last 3 have just been monstrous. And points, by the way.
And that's a great setup. I think that was Rico that had, or was that Mariquin that set her up?
It was Rico, I believe.
I think you're right.
That came to the front there.
So we've talked about that a lot with the Lady Lions team over these last several weeks especially, but when you've got a Riley Bertram that it plays such great defense and is taking so many of those first balls that come over the net, you have to have a clearly identified plan for who's going to take that second ball. Now, Coach Moore always has coached over the years that every single player on his team is a setter, and he prioritizes that for moments like this, where you need to have anyone that's confident to step in and take that second ball. And you saw why. In a setting like that, Bertram takes the first contact. She's out, can't touch the ball again, but you want to still have an aggressive offensive play. You don't want the setter playing defense to mean that you no longer have the ability to set up an offense, which is why that's such a priority for Coach Moore. Yeah,
and this team has responded to that strategy this year, more so maybe than we've ever seen, because it just seems like all the Lady Lions do well in the set position.
There's that dump play again.
Just so good.
Yep. It's serving its purpose for sure. She goes up looking like she's going to set it. Their front row hitters are going out full approach and really playing quite the theatrical act there.
Yeah. Well, the jump set, I don't know if you see when a setter leaves their feet going over. So it's a great kind of sales job that was going to be a real set. Couple mistakes here by the Lady Lions, leading to a little mini run. A couple extra points. Still a 4-point lead for the Lady Lions. Mueller. And that was not necessarily a tooling of the block. Mueller just tried to go right over the blocking wall. It was Fry that got even higher. She just was open-handed. You could see her hands were not directionally placed to block the ball inside. Oh!
Great hustle.
Oh, my goodness. That was fantastic defense by the Aggies. Fry gets it over. Bertram back to Myers. Myers hits it big. Fry keeps it alive. This is just going to have to find its way over. It does from the libero of the Aggies. Abby Wells, another monster hit, knocks the libero off her feet. But what great defense. Oh, that was a great set. Fry again.
Good coverage by Wells there off of her own block. It's tricky. Long rally here. Well, we've talked a lot about that. We're going to see a lot of back and forth. Aggressive, too. All great swings and great defense on both sides of the floor.
Wow. Wow. And Abby Wells made sure that was not coming back in play. No matter, the defense was stellar by Gracie Souza. Stellar.
Well, and it's interesting, the Aggies sent several free balls over the net, but it didn't feel that way. Like it
Right.
didn't just feel like they kept giving it, because they did aggressively. And then the next play, they would make sure that they could offensively do something really strong. So even their free balls were sent to hard parts of the floor, keeping things switched up.
And I noticed that the Lady Lions had great floor coverage. Like there was no real open spot. They were closing down when they needed to close down. They opened up when they needed to open up. It was just both teams playing impeccable defense, really. R2 is giving it some type of ruling.
I'm not sure what the confusion was there.
Good serve by Maddie Patton. Oh, again. And Selenia De Leon Toribio. Now she's going to talk to R1 a little bit about that. But I don't know what the ruling is yet. But that was a fantastic play.
I would borderline call that a throw, but I'm not sure what the yellow card is for. Huh. Interesting.
Is there a yellow card for a violation of the way you play?
So
Not necessarily like a personal foul in other sports, but is there something that would merit a yellow card from doing something wrong?
Well, so I'm wondering if, because 22 was the player that was talking to R1 in the previous play.
Okay.
So, and it looked like she and the coach didn't necessarily like the answer. So I'm assuming that yellow card would be viewed as a retaliation, because that should, in my opinion.
So it could have been like a personal foul.
And I think it was. If I were the ref, I would have called that a throw. I don't actually know how that wasn't considered that. That is why I was so surprised. So I'm assuming that it was because he viewed that as retaliation.
Got it.
And honestly, it could have been the way that she celebrated it too.
Yeah, it seemed to come after the play.
Yeah.
That's what was a little confusing as when it came out. But they gave the Aggies the point, and they were able to serve.
Yeah, again, like that delay of game call that we've talked about before doesn't really do anything. You know, it's kind of like, okay, cool, move on.
Right.
But I think that's more of a warning to 22 for the way she celebrated it.
Excessive.
If I'm remembering it right, she looked directly over at the Lady Lions, and
Gotcha.
so, that would be my guess. But the game continues.
Oh, good putback by Jancy Akers. She recognized that she could get away with that immediately. It was definitely right above the net. Perfect. And it bounced very nicely for her. Tessa Glick serves. Gets it in. OPSU. And Essence West is just a remarkable volleyball player. Not to mention her athleticism. She's smaller. She jumps higher than everyone on the court. But just the volleyball IQ to know where to put things and where, just how hard to hit it. I mean, it's hard to quantify that kind of stuff, but she does it so well. Again, just perfect execution.
Well, and especially with a tight set like that, I mean, she's got the vertical to be able to jump up and do something really aggressive with it, but I mean, she can really turn even a tip into something aggressive when she kind of loses out on her options based on how the set is put on the net.
And that was a very nice low set to Tompkins, and as we stated before, when she gets it that close to the net, her success rate is very high. Lady Lions still maintaining a 4-point lead. It feels a little closer than that.
I know, it doesn't. 4 points feels like a lot, but right now it doesn't feel like that.
It really doesn't. And with this team, the way the Aggies are playing, it really isn't. They can put 5 on you in a hurry. Whose ball is it? Okay, yeah, he finally points to SAGU. Oh, ace.
That's a huge momentum builder, especially
Mariquin.
when those aces are few and far between. Actually, this is the only one.
That's the first one. Mariquin puts it deep in Aggie territory. Oh, Burcham rushed it. She saw West approaching the net and knew she needed to get it over in a hurry and just rushed it. I don't blame her. That was going to be, because West gets up so high. But I think you just stick to system play at that point and just set your other player. Oh, nice, Abel Myers. Very nice.
Uncontested.
Yeah, she found the seam and there was no stopping that. Didn't really matter if there was a blocking wall there. I don't know that would have actually been stopped.
Great roll shot.
Yeah, that was. And you can see a little more confidence, energy coming out of Ava Myers at this point. And as a player, I'm sure you like to be the player that forced the other team to take a timeout.
Oh, sure.
That just adds a little more fuel to the fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we've seen some unfamiliar behavior from OPSU here in set number 2. Not really anything glaring as far as errors go, but I just have noticed especially a lot more free balls going over the net, which we didn't see a whole lot of in set number 1. So that ability for the Lady Lions to take that free ball and convert it into something aggressive is a lot more prevalent here in this set. And so we're seeing that very evidently on the scoreboard right now.
And you're seeing a live look in to over there in Fort Worth on the campus of the Texas Wesleyan Rams. It is tied up 2 games to 2 games. This is the final and 5th game, and it looks like that. Yeah, it's 8-6. We're being told there's something wrong with their scoreboard online, and Wayland is up 8-6, and that game is going to be to 15, or win by 2, really. But it's an abbreviated game, and Wayland is trying to steal one. Back here in the Schaefer Center. Keep your eye on that Wayland Texas Wesleyan game. That's a big one in the Sooner Athletic Conference. Mishit by Mueller, but as we've seen so many times, even her mishits have a little bit of a lucky charm on. It's funny because she connects a lot.
And she really saved herself from getting into the net on that one too. That was impressive.
Great block. Tompkins, Mueller. That left side there.
Oh, got
an injured player.
Injury here.
And the medical staff is on the floor. The SAGU medical staff attending. Don't know. It looks like it might be a cramp or a rolled ankle. I'm not going to try to speculate either way, but quiet in the gym, and she looks like she's in a little bit of pain, but also not agonizing. So I don't know that this is one of those bad injuries. Hopefully not. It looks like there's the trainer's trying to get the cramp out. So Oh, best case scenario. Fantastic. And that's Gracie Souza. The crowd cheers her on as she walks off. And she's given it all she's got tonight. She has played some unbelievable defense, gotten to balls that just seem impossible to get to. So you know why she's the starting libero for Coach Allen's team. And I guess in a lot of sports, other sports, if you go down with some type of injury, you actually have to go off the floor. But volleyball is so funny about their rotational system. You can't just sub in, can you?
Well, yeah, you can. You can do a couple of things. You can do a medical timeout if you don't have. So in their case, they don't have a timeout. Or they can do a substitution. The libero, though, is where it gets a little tricky because you can just bring the player that she's on the court for in, but 9 times out of 10, that's not going to be someone you want on the back row, which is why the libero's in. So
there you go.
Then you would have to substitute that person out for someone else, and so it's doable. But yeah, I have a very painful memory, both mentally and physically, from my injury on this very court.
Oh, wow.
And so I remember that feeling very well, of the gym quieting down, and felt like a movie. Everyone just quiet and watching what's happening, and then the game just picks back up.
And she's still on the floor, walking around great. So
yeah,
that's very good.
As you said, best case scenario.
Yeah. Ava Myers to serve for the Lady Lions, gets it in. That one's almost clears the net. Tompkins a little bit out of alignment there, but gets credit for the kill.
Whatever works.
Well, her hang time is really good. It's because she's so long and in the air, a lot of times it doesn't look like she leaves the floor, but she does, and stays in the air quite a while. Okay, trying to sneak one over again. Here it goes again. Mealer capitalizes.
That was awesome.
On the receive, that was, so she hits it one time very hard. Libero hits it, comes right back to her. And in esports, that's called punishing the whiff. Tompkins just on fire. Not missing.
This score, if you...
I know. It's unbelievable.
Yes.
But this is how we've seen the Lady Lions respond all year from a first game loss. They did the same thing a couple of weeks ago and came back with a second set just rout. And 25-11, which neither one of us would have ever predicted that. And kind of probably an anomaly. You're going to have to play it out to see. I don't anticipate this happening again. But it's got to be a huge confidence boost for the Lady Lions. We're going to get a word from our sponsors right now, and we'll be back courtside here in just 2 minutes. You are watching the SAGU Sports Network.
In the recruiting process, we went to a lot of NCAA, D1, D2, D1 AA, FCS, FBS, just all of them. And it's quite a process. And what we like about the NAIA is that's what they're focusing on, is the student athlete and their character and their future, and it's about them.
And we're back courtside with the start of Game 3. Both teams coming out to the court. It is all tied up 1-1 here in the Schaefer Center. And we've been doing a live look-in over at Texas Wesleyan's campus gym. The Rams are fighting for their number 1 position. And just one game ahead of the second and third place team. And I'm watching along with you guys. This is a big rally. I believe now it's 13-12. This is the 5th and final set of that match. It's tied up 2-2. And the 5th game goes to 15. So it's coming down to the very end. It's going to be interesting. We'll keep you apprised to the going-ons over in Ram Country, Fort Worth.
I have a feeling we may be seeing something similar to that here in the Schaefer Center this evening. Yep.
Well, Wayland is playing over there tonight, and they'll flip-flop. So Oklahoma Panhandle State and Wayland Baptist are traveling buddy teams, and so you usually go to the 2 closest teams. That's just kind of the way it works. So tomorrow Wayland will come here. OPSU will go to Texas Wesleyan. Abby Wells. Oh, great defense. Now just has to go over. Oh, and Ava Myers with a kill shot for the first point of set number 3. Little equipment examination there by the players. And now, Mary Queen puts it in play. Fry just has to get it over. Set to the back to Mealer, and Mealer from the 10-foot line. Not her specialty, but she's very capable. But pounds that one into the net. This is Gracie Souza, who is not wearing the libero jersey this game. That is out, and that was just a split-second decision to let that go by Souza, and it was the right decision. And now McKenna Kopic is wearing the libero jersey for the Aggies. Interesting change there. Give us a little insight, Devin, on why a coach would change the libero personnel.
Well, normally it would be for what I would call poor performance. I don't think that's the case at all.
That is definitely
right
not
now.
the case.
So that's when you most commonly see that. But in this scenario, I think with what we saw with Gracie Souza last set.
And she's the one that got hurt.
Mm-hmm. So this gives her the opportunity to still play. So she's obviously not injured. but she can rotate out and have a full 3 rotations off of the floor, whereas the libero gets, they play 5.5 out of 6 rotations.
That is strange to say 5.5 out of 6 rotations, and I know there's some deep calculus and trigonometry to the answer on that. So I'm not going to ask you to go deep into that, but explain again the libero, how the system works of rotation for the libero.
So I can actually make trigonometry really simple.
Okay.
That half rotation is when whoever the libero is coming in for, one of the 2 people that she comes in for will serve the ball. Looks like there's going to be, net violation there.
22.
So the libero goes in for 2 people, and one of those 2 has to serve. So she cannot serve for both of them. That's a rule of the game. So that half rotation that she's not playing is when that person is serving and playing that defense during the service play. So then immediately when that ball is dead and the play is over, that libero comes back in and begins that rotation for the 5.5.
Got it.
Yeah.
I think.
They're just on the court all the time, with the exception of when that one service play. So that would be my guess as to why they changed that jersey, to give her an opportunity to rest. Exactly. Because she wouldn't have it otherwise.
Right. And she has been playing lights out this evening in the Schaefer Center. Number 9, Leslie Galarza to serve for the Aggies. And that's a huge swing by Jancy Akers. And getting her off. She's actually 3rd or 4th on the team for hitting percentage. So she's been doing very well this season, converting. To Mealer. Great defense by Souza again. Oh, yeah. And looks like they found a little bit of an answer on the complex hitting problem from Essence West. So for now, the blocking tandem on the left side is providing a good stop for Essence West of the Aggies, but right there you can see the left side defense for the Aggies having a little bit of trouble.
Well, and if you notice, it's very subtle in that block that we just saw by Wells a couple plays ago, a little technique called a swing block. So rather than just being stationary and using the only power you have in your legs to squat down and jump up, a swing block is where you have a little bit of movement and you add momentum by swinging your arms up and pulling your weight upward, if you will. So you saw a little bit of that, which is working in their favor. A great thing to practice, really tricky actually if you're not used to doing it, because you can lose body control and get in the net or set your block incorrectly, but you saw a beautiful execution of it there.
Jancy Akers with another kill, and she elected to just tap it over in the shallow part of the court, and it was successful. Wells. Burcham to Myers. Myers misses. Now Wells just has to push it to the backside. Oh, set. But the little miscommunication, I think, there between the setter and Parks. Parks has had a really good night tonight. She's clicking along at a high percentage. Disappointed in that outcome.
We're seeing a lot of unforced errors here for OPSU, more so even now in set 3. We didn't see any really in set number 1. and it's just kind of slowly picking away. And again, set 3, like we saw in set 2, the Lady Lions pulling way ahead with points early on in the set, gaining momentum, playing excellent volleyball. I mean, just communicating well, setting perfectly. The communication and the matchup between the timing of the set and the approach for the swing is just could not be more crisp. And when you're playing an opponent like that, errors can happen.
And there you see Wesleyan wins in an overtime, over like extra innings, the equivalent in volleyball. They go well past the 15-point mark, and Wesleyan gets the 2-point victory there to win set number 5. That keeps them in sole possession of first place, which after we got to see Texas Wesleyan here in the Schaefer Center, and they beat your Lady Lions, we were convinced that they were the best team in the Sooner Athletic Conference at that time, for sure, and they have continued that road. So they are sitting atop of the Sooner Athletic Conference, and I don't know that anyone's going to knock them off. Woo! Ava Myers. That's a big hit.
Oh, you could hear that through the glass all the way.
We sit in a press box behind some double pane glass. It's tough to hear, and you could just kind of feel the thud from that hit. And the Lady Lions still just ticking along. 7-point lead. Oh, mishandled, received by Glick. She's like, wait a minute, that's like the only time that's going to happen.
She's like, I don't know what just happened.
Don't freak out. I don't do that. That's not me.
Which is true.
It is true. This past week's defensive player of the Sooner Athletic Conference.
So you see a substitution there. Alexis Mueller brought in. Coach Moore recognizing that he doesn't want to get any points above what just happened. We don't want to make any more errors.
And Myers has found the groove again. Getting it in all the right lanes, no one even touching it. And here comes Tessa Glick to serve for the Lady Lions.
This is a team, the Lady Lions, you can tell just really enjoys playing together too, and that makes all the difference when they celebrate like that after every big play. And when you just are so comfortable with the players you've got on the floor, it just elevates the play another level.
Yep, and that was Zoe Fry hitting into the blocking wall of SAGU, and it just bounced off of her, which I think was going to go out of bounds, actually. Good point for the Lady Lions. Myers tries to roll it over softly. Here comes Fry, gets it over. Myers hits it hard. Wow, just hits it through the blocking wall. She's so strong. Glick the serve again, and that's going to be out wide right. Once again. Zoe Fry just can't seem to get it going. She's very, very close, but things are just not falling her way tonight.
And when you're up against a block like that, it is hard.
Yep.
You know, they've tried to do some tooling of the block, some different placement. But again, we've seen a lot of free balls from the Aggies this set. and you just can't do that. No matter how you slice it, you just when you're playing against a team that's going to turn that around in their favor, you've got to figure out an aggressive way to get the ball over the net.
Yeah, with all the hitters that Coach Moore puts on the court, like he's not just got front side hitters, he's got hitters. I've seen tonight at times 2 really powerful hitters in the back row. So many hitters for the Lady Lions. You just don't want to take your chances with free balls going over, and just too many weapons, and it's really showing. So it was a tight first set, went down really extra points, and then it seems like Coach Moore figured something out, saw something. But one thing that I noticed in set 2 from set 1, and still seeing it in set 3 here, is the court coverage, the spacing is right at all times. So it's closed down when it needs to be. It opens up when it needs to be. All the real estate key points are being well covered, and like you had said, the communication is evident.
Yeah. All those little elements are coming together.
Okay. Odd little play there, but that's Ruiz that made something out of nothing, really, and give her the credit for that kill and maybe the start of something. Aggies looking for some type of answer. Maybe it's going to be on the right side now. They've gone to the left side a lot. Tompkins gets it over. Fry just has to push it over. Oh, and not sure who was going to get that. Everybody that's what it looked like. Communication broke down.
Yeah.
And that's what happens.
So typically, you can do it a lot of different ways. Some teams do it when the setter takes that first ball. Libero is always going to set. Some teams do it if the setter takes that first ball, the left back player is always going to take it. So in that instance, what may have happened is Alexis Mueller is playing back row, which she's very capable of doing. But usually that's Petton, number 22, that's in there. So that may have been a miscommunication.
Got it.
Where Glick thought, okay, well, left back is usually going to take that. So that's just one option of what may have happened.
And the last kill was provided by Abby Wells, which was incredibly dynamic. And good point by the Aggies. That was number 19.
Beautiful pass. And there's that free ball again for the Lady Lions.
Comes back over after a big hit. Going to back line for Mueller. It gets blocked and just winds up in the exact right spot. And now the Aggies getting 4 of the last 5 points. It's cut the 10-point lead down to 7.
You see Coach Moore again recognizing that this is not a team that you want to let get on a run like that.
Right.
No matter how much of a differential there is right now, it's never too many in the eyes of Coach Moore. So here, taking that opportunity to talk to Burcham about, okay, how can we switch up the sets? Maybe asking why in that instance, when you've got a set that it was more difficult to push that to Mueller on the back row. Yes, she's a very strong hitter, but you've also got two other strong hitters on the front row. So maybe making a different play call there rather than sending it to the back row. Just trying to make decisions again to win and not to not lose.
Right. Well, and I would have to say I would credit that was a nice aggressive play. It looked like they were just trying to mix it up, and you just never think you're going to go wrong with Alexis Mueller. Like you give her a chance, she's going to give a very good shot at a point. Oh, great block. That's big. And this is what you were just talking about. They are such a dynamic team that feeds off energy and momentum. Momentum is a real thing in competitive sports, and coaches are deathly scared of it. And you've got to be able to put things together to stop momentum.
And even on those last 2 points, I mean, even though the Lady Lions are still in the lead, there was a very clear momentum shift. And those little small shifts like that, if a team can take hold of them and keep fighting point for point, that's when you see a game flip on its head.
Yep.
So here the Lady Lions recognize that, and they say, okay,
and we're going to flip it.
Exactly.
And they have. Myers. Oh, great net defense by Tompkins and Mealer. Going to Mealer on the side. Good defense. Oh. It actually was touched. Odd little play, but it was touched by the Aggies. Mealer in the middle with a little, nice soft teardrop. And the Aggies just couldn't handle it. That was a nice rally. I've noticed Aggies' net defense, their blocking wall is doing better. Even though the Lady Lions are up 9, we're seeing some very powerful blocks. And there's Essence West just keeping you off balance. You don't know if she's going to hit it hard or give you a little change up and where it's going. She's so good at that. Going to Tompkins. I'm not sure what happened there. It looked like she had a good look at it. Oh, she kind of changed her mind right at the last second. Instead of hitting big, going soft. Too soft. Burcham. Merquin just gets it over. It's free play. And that's Parks, who had an absolutely fantastic first game. And on offense and defense, she's just a really big staple in this Aggies program. And she's finding it hard to get going, but not there. Great set.
That's what we're used to seeing from her.
Yeah, exactly. Great set. And she just didn't want me to say anything negative again about it, and I don't blame her.
She'll show you.
That was a great hit. Aggies get it in. Burcham gets to it. Miller is able to hit a good one. Oh, Ruiz. She says, I got a little bit of this as well. And silent in the first 2 games. Game 3, she is, I think that might be her 3rd kill. Merklin gets it up. Ruiz gets it over. And Mealer gets another kill. Just 2 more points to secure set number 3 and go up by 1 in this best of 5 match. Riley Burcham back to serve. Essence West somehow, I don't know how, somehow gets her hand on that and then gets the point. Look at how high.
She's got elastic arms that just keep stretching and stretching.
She's almost the smallest person on the court. And just outleaps everyone. Akers, big swing. Oh, Zoe Fry.
Great defense there by Bertram.
It really was. And it was a good hit by Akers. Fry had an opportunity because there was a lot of open court space in the back. And she recognized it, but just hit it a little too hard. Pettin hits it in. Bad set. And another teardrop by Ava Myers to secure the win. And that is 25-17. Now, Aggies played much better that game than they did in game 2. So
yeah, it took them a little bit longer to get there.
Yeah, it did. And they at least stopped the massive bleeding, the gash that the Lady Lions had opened up a severe wound in game 2 and just didn't let up. And I think that stunned the Aggies, but they got out of that and actually played some great defense at the net and kept it from being a blowout. Now, what can they come back in game 4 and tie this up? So it doesn't matter if you lose 25-11 in one of your games.
Yeah.
If you can just come back and get a win somehow, and then take it to game 5, which is an abbreviated set, and somehow you get that, well, it doesn't matter what all the other points were like. It matters, did you get the win or not? So still some opportunity for Coach Allen and her Aggies. We're in between sets. We're going to go to set number 4, but we're going to take a word from our sponsor at this point and come back to you in just about a minute and a half. You're watching the SAGU Sports Network. All righty, we're back here in the Schaefer Center getting ready to tip off game number 4. Your Lady Lions are in the lead at the moment with 2 games to 1. The Aggies came in and took the Lady Lions to extra points in set number 1 and actually won it. And we had a feeling that that's what it would look like in every game, but the Lady Lions really cracked the code in game 2, won it 25-11, and then in game 3, Lady Lions take it 25-17. And they seem to be on kind of this confidence roll, some momentum on their side of the net. And another thing, we had talked about it a few games ago, maybe it's worth revisiting, but if you notice, you're used to standard volleyball protocol rules that you switch after every game. That does not happen this year. Is that playing a role at all, or do you think, like, at this point in the season, teams have just adapted, and this is the way it is, and it's really an insignificant factor at this point.
I'd probably lean more towards the latter, only because we're so far into the season. It would be different if it was early on and people were still adjusting to it. I do think that would really mess with the mojo early in the season. But now that you've had the opportunity to adjust and get used to it, you've come to expect it, it's no longer playing into your mental state in the game.
Right.
And I mean, it's like any sport has your superstition. That's kind of it. You know, it's like I remember playing, it was always if you had a bad set, it's like, oh, thank goodness, it's okay. It's this side of the floor.
Yeah,
we're going to be on the other side.
Yeah, right.
So obviously you have to adjust to that. But again, this late in the season, I don't think it plays into it anymore.
Oh, great hit by Essence West. Really maintaining above average play. And when I say above average, I'm speaking of her average of 4 kills per game. And she's well above that mark in this match. That is the first for set number 4 for Essence West. Here comes Ava Myers. Wow, big hit. And she's been on fire as of late, really hitting the ball well. And her hitting percentage is definitely on the come up. Speaking of Ava Myers, she serves in, and that was mishandled by West, one of the few errors you will see from this West. Myers to serve again. Oh, good get. Now they're just another free play over. Oh, big time hit by Alexis Mueller. Right in the chin of Leslie Galarza. She got out of the way before it hurt, but it was coming at her fast. Oh, an ace. Myers. Just 2 aces in this match.
A testament to both teams' ability to have a great serve-receive plan.
It's coming over. It did not, but it was a good effort by Parks to get it up and over, but unfortunately it was kind of slowly developed, so Tompkins had every opportunity to size that one up, and boy did she. Oh, good black.
Man. Whew. Again, a
Tompkins,
wall.
yeah.
Not making it past there.
And Riley Burcham, we don't talk enough about it, but her athleticism is just off the charts as well. She's got extreme vertical and really plays into the blocking scheme for Coach Moore more than maybe I've seen any other setter that he's coached. All the setters are going to have to do it, but Burcham just executes extremely well in a defensive mode at the net.
Yeah, I think a lot of times your setter is a setter and just happens to have to hold a blocking position. But I think, to your point, Burcham is equally a defender at the net as she is a setter offensively, and that's a huge asset to have. And you see the Lady Lions run what's called a 5-1 rotation. So they've got one setter on the floor the entire time, and that's Burcham. She plays back row, front row. And so anytime she's on the front row, her being that aggressive blocker is a huge piece to the Lady Lions' success. But then she can also turn it around and be aggressive enough to do that sneaky Burcham stuff, as you call it, doing a double-handed dump, or she can go up and do a one-handed one as well.
We've seen her do the left-handed, which is extremely sneaky. And she hasn't done it much tonight, which is interesting. That the other team has actually. Oh, Glick gets to it. What an athletic play by Tessa Glick, but couldn't get the second touch up. But to cap off the idea that Bertram is just a very great all-around player. She does the sneaky Bertram stuff a lot more than she has tonight, and the Aggies have actually kind of taken a page out of her book, and that not as much in the last two sets, I would say, but the first set they were quite successful with the setter taking that set over instead of going for the big hit. Naylor winds up. Good defense by Essence West. That's going to be a double touch. And point SAGU. SAGU again. Just off to the races. And that's kind of been the theme in game 2, 3, and now 4. Get out to an early lead.
A great example there of Bertram. You see her celebrating there, but she goes up. She's not afraid. She's not going to shy away from the ball. She'll go up and swing with the rest of them.
Yeah, she looks like she wants to be an outside hitter. Kaya Bach with the serve. Oh, that's in. Wow. Oh, no, we got an early whistle. They said now it's out. I could not really see what happened there. It didn't bounce off the pole, the antenna.
Yeah, I think it may have hit the antenna in the net.
Okay. Got you. Yeah.
So that R2 would have a really good look at that.
Ruiz. That was a big swing by Ruiz. Just an even better block. Oh, Bach aims at the far right corner and almost nails it. Good heads-up play by the Aggies to let that go. 8-point lead, Lady Lions. Now the libero McKenna Kopic serves. Somehow Mariquin gets under it. Oh, big hit. That was off the Jumbotron. Somehow the Lady Lions keep it alive. Ruiz and Tessa Glick. Incredible defense. Big hit by Rebecca Candido. Hope I got that right. I haven't really seen her at play so far. So now she's in the game and doing good stuff. Miller just has to get it over. It's free play. Ruiz, too high.
Looks like they're going to call a touch.
Yeah. Got a touch.
Coach Moore is very quickly up.
Okay. Yeah. So Coach Moore was like, "Oh, wait a minute, who did it?" And then he discovered, well, that was a self-report by Jancy Akers. She let the ref know that she touched it right as soon as it happened. Oh, that was a big swing, but Jancy Akers gets the block, and that was, even though it was 2 there, it was definitely Jancy Akers getting all that block.
She's going to make up for that call.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, mishandled by Candido. Now it's an 8-point lead again. Bertram to serve. Oh, that was incredible defensive play by Bertram again. And it got oddly close to the net, so no one could get any kind of play on it. But to even get under it. Wow.
A ball like that's why it's so important to get your feet set and just get in the right spot on defense, because honestly, what you're trying to do is just let the ball hit you. You're not trying to do anything fancy, but if you get your feet set and you get your body in the right spot on the court where you're supposed to be, all you got to do is stand there and let the ball hit you. It's when you get in trouble when you get caught moving still, or you get caught on your heels, unable to move to get your feet set. So that's a key to successful defense, is getting your feet set and on the ground without moving.
Oh, that's in.
Good
Candido gets it in. She saw it open, perfectly hit it, and it landed on the line. Very well done. Candido has really offered a spark. Oh, no. Alexis Miller with a rare receive error there. And now, don't look. This is the momentum change that we were talking about earlier. Now Coach Moore said, okay, I've seen enough. 4 straight points. We can't do this.
Well, and these are ugly errors too. So passing error there, some miscommunication on getting an aggressive play over the net. Those are things that he's not going to stand for. Now, he has always said if the other team is putting something up that we just can't defend, then that's one thing. And if we're doing everything we can. But
on receive,
exactly.
I mean, you've got to handle receive. So.
Right. So this is all within their control. So that's why he's not going to waste another minute before calling that timeout and getting the focus reset.
You see Coach Moore probably telling them exactly what you just told us. It's too easy. These are the easy ones. You're not focused.
Yep, you see him there talking about his arm,
Yeah.
putting his arms out on defense.
Showing them. 21 years of coaching women's volleyball here at the GU, and he is in the top 10 most winningest coaches of all time in the NAIA. He has done a fantastic job, and I'm just proud to call him friend. Here we go. Aggies deliver another one. Good receive that time. Jancy Akers with the slide play, and taking to heart the call for more focus by Coach Moore in that last timeout. Maddie Pettin. West. Going back to Candido. Going to Abby Wells. Wells with quick reaction. It gives out though.
Barely. So close.
Yeah. Her reaction skill set is really nice.
Mm-hmm. And she knows how to control it too. So she can curb that reaction when she's trusting the defenders behind her. But when she knows she needs to pull it out, she can.
Yeah. Well, success. Going back to it, we saw that a lot. We kind of gave a dissertation just a little while ago about how the Aggies were using that play more than SAGU, and it's working. Just a 3-point lead. Oh, good recognition by Agbayasi.
It was a little risky there when Wells made that swing. I'm not 100% sure that anyone touched it. But again, the ref lets it play, and so you got to play until the whistle blows.
And the setter, Selenia De Leon Toribio, with a great block, bringing this game back to 1. And a much needed point for the Lady Lions there. Ava Myers. Bach and Akers go out. Tompkins. Glick back in. Serves. Oh, West sees it and gets it. Now, there's some heavy momentum in the favor of the OPSU Aggies right now. Looking like the team we saw in the first set.
And if you're a Lady Lions fan, this is not the point that you want to see that team come
Yeah,
back.
yeah, right. It was great. What a great set that was by the Aggies. And they're capable. We just know, you can't say any lead is too big for them because they are capable to put big runs together, and you have seen it in this set.
Well, and one thing I really appreciate about this Aggie team is that I have never once seen them look dejected or like they've given up. I mean, they have a great amount of energy still. A lot of that coming from West, honestly, keeping that flame alive, if you will. But just keeping that.
She's touching every ball that comes over.
Exactly.
She's just getting there. Bertram tries to get it to the back. It was a good choice, I think. Long rally. Got to get it over. Glick does. Big block. Essence West. Oh, look at this. Never say die, either team. This is amazing. Oh, and it drops in. I don't know how, but it drops in.
It's like it almost slowed down in the
air.
It
did. It was like going fast, and then all of a sudden it hit a vacuum.
Yeah.
Incredible rally.
Wow.
You can tell something's on the line. And the Aggies do not want to lose. They are fighting tooth and nail. Just got to get it over, but that was good. Hit it deep. Going to Tompkins, who's been successful over the middle. Going to West now. Glick gets it. This is going to be good. Had the potential to be great. And that's a tooling of the block from the other side. That's how hard Ava Myers hits it. And tooled it across the court. Off of the setter, the 6-foot senior, DeLeon Toribio. Mealer with an unbelievable get. Oh, and that's just a little too wide.
She matrixed.
I don't exactly.
Wow.
Looking like Neo. I'm not sure the youngsters know what that means, but that was amazing let go by Mealer. And now, just like that, SAGU back up 5 points. Incredible game. The roller coaster ride that we're on. And do not turn. There's no dial to turn on the internet, I guess. But
how old are you?
Don't. Hey, easy, Chief. It's so tempting to just kind of peruse the Facebook feed, and you don't want to look away. That's the point. You don't want to look away because the Aggies absolutely can put a 5-point run together. We've already seen it a couple times this set. And they know this game really means something. They came down to Texas to get a couple wins. And this is their last opportunity, at least here in the Schaefer Center, to try to snag a win from the Lions. They lose this one, then we're done for the night. They'll have one more chance tomorrow afternoon over in Fort Worth at Texas Wesleyan. But it doesn't get any easier, I assure you. Here's Mariquin to serve for the Lady Lions. She gets it in. Good serve. West over the middle. And Tompkins, goodness. She's just been a
Coach
immovable. Yeah, he is. Just, that's an exciting play for Emma Tompkins. The immovable object at the net.
Wow.
Yeah, both teams reaching deep. Got to just keep it in. Myers does that. Here comes West. She's got to keep it in. Couple back-to-back free plays. Another one. 4 straight free plays. Oh, that lands in. Burcham somehow takes a swipe at it. Saw the opening in the far right corner. And just watch this swing. She just swats it and again just dies at the last second. Fantastic play. This is fun, Devin.
I think this is the best I've ever seen them play, the Lady Lions. I know that they've had some great games, but this is something else.
Yeah, just the gritty play, the dig deep kind of thing that's going on.
Yep.
Oh, Essence West.
And you salute
wow.
that.
Yes, you do. You just say, wow. Just wow. This is going to be in slow motion, but ladies and gentlemen, it's going to look. That just seemed like you sped it up. Unbelievable. Wow. And that's what made that Tompkins block so incredible, because it was on a incredibly hard hit from Essence West, the best hitter in the conference. Wow. Ava Myers says she has a little something to say about best hitter. So there's that.
And that had a ton of speed, but also that placement right there between those two left side defenders. Cut shot across the court. Beautiful swing.
Yeah. She just sees the floor so well while she's in the air. Oh, good block. Goes out, though. That's Mealer. And a really good tool of the block hit by Parks. And you can see if this team can get Essence West and Parks hot in the same game, they can be very, very hard to deal with. 23-18, just 2 more points. The Lady Lions are trying to sneak out of here with a great win against a really good conference opponent in OPSU. Going across court. Oh, that's too long. Now it's set and match point with the Lady Lions serving. It's going to be Kaya Bach. Bach gets it in. Ruiz, that was oddly placed, and they're going to say someone was in the net. Point SAGU. That is the set and the match. And the celebration begins. That's a much-needed win, Devin, for the conference perspective. And you don't take these games too lightly, and I'm not even suggesting that Coach Moore would, but like even from just a fan's perspective, you got to come in here and really root your team on, and don't look at them. Oh, they're 5th or 6th place in the standings. There's very little difference between 1st place and 6th place. Very little, just a couple games.
Yeah.
So that can turn around in 1 week. And it's all different scenarios. And the all-important, you want home court advantage in that first round of the playoffs so that you can go to Oklahoma City and have a chance. Because really, you want to be in that championship game if you want to get a bid to the NAIA finals, the national tournament.
Yeah, right.
So good win on this Friday night for your Lady Lions. It's hard to communicate how good a win is because now you see the updated standings. SAGU goes to 12-4, and Oklahoma Panhandle State goes to 10-7, which it's a 3-game difference now, but that there's still 3 or 4 more games to play. And SAGU, the outlook perspective is they got to play Wayland. Just look at what's happening here. Tomorrow they play Wayland Baptist, who is 11-4. They lost tonight to the best team, and it had to go to extra innings on the road. That's how good Wayland Baptist is. And they're, I can assure you, in their mind, they're coming in here and getting a win against your Lady Lions tomorrow. And it's going to be all that the Lady Lions can handle to do to come out with a win, although they are definitely good enough to get that win. And then you got, the perennial powerhouse Oklahoma City, which we've already played twice. We split with them. We won here. They won there. And so you got to play Wayland Baptist and then Texas Wesleyan again and then John Brown. And I think the John Brown game is on the road. So anytime you go on the road, I mean, I know they're down at number 7 or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7th place, and they're not even 500, but you can't take that game lightly. So 3 of your toughest games of the year are yet to be played. Mm-hmm. And, keep Coach Moore in your prayers. That's all I'm going to say. I say all that to say. Just pray for your brother. Devin, it's been a good night. Thank you for coming in and being the expert analysis for everyone. I learned something every time you sit down in that chair, and we appreciate your time. All right, it's been a great night. You're going to want to check out tomorrow the Wayland game, but we also have Wayland Baptist football coming in to play your SAGU Lions over at Lumpkin Stadium, and that's going to be a good game. Your Lions football team is on a roll, and they got the Victory Bowl in their front view mirror. I don't even know if that's a thing, but it doesn't even sound right. But anyway, it's on the horizon. If they can get a win out these next 3 games, then likely to go to the Victory Bowl, which is a big deal. And maybe we would host that here. So that would be a lot of fun. A lot of good things happening in SAGU and the Lions athletic department, and Coach and Athletic Director Jesse Gotting. We've had some great conversations, and there's a lot of hype and momentum going here on the campus. It's fun to see, especially after last night, a big win by the men's basketball team. Well, this has been John Cookman with my awesome expert analysis commentary by Devin Webb. It's been our pleasure to be with you tonight. So thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you back at the same time. If you're not here in person, definitely let us know that you're online watching. You've been watching the SAGU Sports Network.